In today's video, I will show you how to make the cutest baby doll top. This pattern also comes with written instructions, and I would recommend to keep the written instructions next to you as we're sewing. And together, I will take you through each step of these instructions. So to start, make sure you have the necessary materials, which includes lace trim, shirring elastic, and 3 to 4 buttons. You will find information about the yardage requirement in the written instructions. So first you need to print out your pattern and cut out your pattern pieces. You will find the sewing pattern in the link in the description. So to start, you're going to take your bust piece and we will gather the top and the bottom of the fabric piece. So leave long thread tails and do not backstitch, and then sew a straight stitch at the bottom and the top. Then to do the gathering, I will find my bobbin thread. That is the thread coming from the bottom of your machine. I will pull the bottom of the fabric piece until it's the same length as my underbust piece, as you can see in the video. And I will gather the top thread until these vertical lines are vertical again. And then I will do this to both of my bust pieces. Then in the next step, we are going to attach the lace. So attach your lace to your bust pieces with your lace piece upside down to the right side of your bust pieces. And if your lace has a right and wrong side, the lace and the fabric should be right sides facing each other. So pin this in place, and then you can put it through your sewing machine. Here I find it easier to have my needle on the left side. And then to prevent any fraying, I will also sew a zigzag stitch on the edge of the fabric. Then I will turn over the lace to the wrong side and pin this in place. And then I will top stitch the lace in place. Then in the next step, we are going to prepare the underbust piece. So I will start by ironing it in half, and then iron each side inwards towards the middle at about 1/4 of an inch. Then in the next step, we will attach the underbust piece to our bust piece. So start by attaching the right side of your underbust piece to the wrong side of your bust piece. Pin it in place, and then I will put it through my sewing machine. And please make sure here that the bottom thread of your bust piece is not gathered too much or too little, so it is the same size as your underbust piece. Then after we've done that, I will fold over my underbust piece to my bust piece's right side. And then I will pin this in place on top of the previously made straight stitch. Then I'll put it through my sewing machine and top stitch as close to the fabric edge as possible. Then you should do this to both of your bust pieces, And then I will take it to my ironing board and iron them. Then in the next step, we're going to prepare the button piece. So take your fabric pieces for your button piece, and we will first iron it in half, and then iron each side inwards towards the middle. And do this to both of your button fabric pieces. Then in the next step, we will attach the button piece to our bust pieces. So attach the right side of your button piece to the wrong side of the bust piece and pin this in place. Then I will take it to my sewing machine and after I've sewn this straight stitch, I will fold over the button piece to my bust piece's right side. Then I'll pin it in place. And again, top stitch as close to the edge as possible. Then I will cut off a little bit of the excess fabric and quickly take the fabric to my ironing board. Then in the next step, we are going to sew a zigzag stitch at the top of the button piece to later fold it over. Then once I've sewn the zigzag stitch, I can fold the top of the button piece over towards the wrong side and sew it in place. Now there are multiple different methods for how to secure the button piece and give a clean finish at the top. This is my preferred way of doing it because I think that it's very easy and I can very easily ensure that my two bust pieces have the same height. And then I will again just cut off a bit of the excess fabric. And now we want to make sure that our bust pieces are equal so that it looks nice and neat when they are put on top of each other. And so when we have to attach the buttons later, it will also look nice and neat. Then in the next step, we are going to gather the front bottom piece. So we will sew a straight stitch at the top and remember to leave long thread tails and do not backstitch. So after you've sewn this straight stitch, we will again be looking for the bobbin thread, which is the thread coming from the bottom of your machine. So pull at this thread until this fabric piece is the same length as your two bust pieces. So in this step, we will attach the bottom front piece to our bust pieces. So ensure that they're the same length, and I like to concentrate my gathers in two areas underneath the bust pieces. So pin them together, right sides facing each other. Then I'll put it through my sewing machine. And after sewing this straight stitch, I will also sew a zigzag stitch to make sure that my fabric doesn't fray. Then I'll take it to my ironing board and iron the seam downwards. Then in the next step, we will prepare the ruffle. If you are not making a ruffle, you can skip forward a few steps. So to make the ruffle, I'm just folding the bottom of the fabric into itself towards the wrong side, and then pinning this in place. And then I'll put it through my sewing machine. And remember to do this to both of the ruffle pieces. And then I will take them to my iron. Then in the next step, we are going to gather the fabric pieces, which will create the ruffle. So now you can sew a straight stitch, and remember to leave long thread tails and do not backstitch. Then after we've done this on both of our fabric pieces, we will find the bobbin thread, which is the thread coming from the bottom of your machine, and pull at this thread. I prefer pulling at the bobbin thread because this one is typically a lot easier to pull. Gather both of the ruffle pieces until they are the length of the bottom of the front piece and the back piece. So in this step, we are going to attach the ruffle pieces to the bodice pieces. So attach the front ruffle piece to the front piece and the back ruffle piece to the back bodice. And now I will attach them right sides facing each other. Then I will put it through my sewing machine. And then I will also sew a zigzag stitch to prevent any fraying. Then once I've done that to both of my ruffle pieces, to my front and back, I will take it to my iron, and I will iron the seam upwards. Then we are going to sew the ruffle in place. So I am just sewing a straight stitch as close to the edge as possible to make sure that the seam stays upwards. And remember to do this to both the front and the back pieces. Then in the next step, we are going to attach the front and the back. And we will do this with a French seam. So pin together the front and the back, wrong sides facing each other, right side facing yourself. Then once you've pinned it in place, you can put it through your sewing machine. Then I will cut off some of the excess seam allowance. And make sure to do this to both sides. Then I will quickly take it to my iron and give it a press. and then I will turn the garment on the wrong side. Then I'm just pinching out the seam that we just made and pinning this in place again. And this will create a really nice enclosed seam, which looks really neat and gives you no raw hems. So then I will put it through my sewing machine and do this to both sides. Then I will take it to my iron and then in the next step we will shirr the back. And I promise shirring is not very difficult. As long as you can sew a straight stitch, you can do shirring. So I am just marking with my washable marker where the shirring line will be. And here I'm basically just drawing a line from the top of one side of the underbust piece to the other side. And you should draw this line on the right side because the shirring elastic will go in your bobbin thread. Then after I have hand winded my bobbin with my elastic thread, I will put it in my sewing machine. And you can see here sometimes my sewing machine needs a little bit of help to thread the bobbin with the elastic thread. So this may also be helpful for you if you struggle with threading your elastic thread bobbin. And now I can basically just sew a straight stitch, and I would recommend to do a test piece to see how your fabric reacts to the shirring. Then I will do 4 rows of shirring. And after I've done that, I will take it to my iron. And to give the shirring its final form, I will steam it. I'm not ironing it, I'm just letting the steam go to the elastic. Then in the next step, we are going to prepare the sleeve. So we are going to attach the ends of the sleeve with a French seam. So pin the sides together, wrong sides facing each other, right side facing yourself, and sew a straight stitch. Then cut off some of the excess seam allowance. And turn the sleeve on the wrong side. Then we're going to pinch out the seam and pin it in place. And then I will put it through my sewing machine. And remember to do this to both of your sleeve pieces. And then I will take the sleeves to my ironing board and iron the seams. Then in the next step, we will attach the sleeves to the garment. So with my bodice on the right side and my sleeve on the wrong side, I am attaching the curved side of the sleeve to my garment. First attaching the seams together and then up towards the side. And we will attach the sleeves with a French seam as well. So right now, the 2 wrong sides should be facing each other and the right side should be facing yourself. And I will be showing you this twice for each of the sleeves because this part may be a little bit tricky. So now we have attached one sleeve, and now I will attach the other one. So with my sleeve on the wrong side, I am attaching the curved side of the sleeve to my garment, with the wrong sides facing each other. First I will attach the seams together, and then I will attach the sides. Then I'll put it through my sewing machine. And then I will cut off some of the excess seam allowance. And now your sleeve should look like this. Now we are going to fold over the sleeve, enclosing the raw hem, which will give us this really nice French seam. So now the two right sides should be facing each other, and the wrong side of the sleeve is facing yourself. So pin it in place, and I will also show you this with the other sleeve. Then I'll put this one through my sewing machine. And now your sleeve should be attached, and the raw hem should be enclosed. Then for the other side, I will do the same thing. So fold over the sleeve, enclosing the raw hem, and pinch out the seam. Then I'm just pinning it in place, and I will put it through my sewing machine. Then after I have attached both of the sleeves, I will take it to my iron. Then in the next step, we are going to gather the shoulders and the sleeve ends. So just like we did earlier with gathering the fabric, I will sew a straight stitch, and remember to leave long thread tails and do not backstitch. So I will do this to both of the shoulders and both of the sleeve ends. Then I will pull the thread until it is the length that I want. You can see when I do the other side, the original length of my sleeve piece and how much I have gathered it as a form of reference. But I would recommend to try it on and see what fits your body and what is comfortable around your arms and your shoulders. So here you can see the before and the after of how much the sleeves and the shoulders have been gathered. And so this is about half of the original size. But I would recommend to try it on and see what fits best for you. Then in the next step, we will attach the lace to the sleeves, the back, and the shoulders. So just like we did with the bust piece, so attach the lace to one of your shoulders, along the back, and to the other shoulder. And for my lace, since it may fray, I have laid it double at the beginning and the end. And this you can see a bit better when I reach the other side of pinning the lace. So remember to have your lace facing downwards. And if your lace has a right and wrong side, the right side of the lace should be facing the right side of the garment. So here you can see that I'm just folding it over to prevent any fraying. Then I'm going to put it through my sewing machine and sew all along the edge of the lace. Then to prevent any fraying, I will also sew a zigzag stitch. But first I will attach the lace to the sleeves. And again here I'm just laying it double, right at the beginning and the end. And I will do this to both of the sleeve pieces. Then just like before, putting it through my sewing machine. And I like having my needle on the left side because I think it allows me to see more when I have to sew very close to the edge, and then I can sew more accurately. Then I will sew a zigzag stitch to prevent any fraying on all of the new lace areas. Then after that, I am turning the lace over towards the wrong side, just like we did with the bust pieces, and pinning this in place. I am doing this all along the shoulders and the back, and also for the sleeves. So then I will put it through my sewing machine and sew right next to the edge of the fabric. Then I'll do the same to the sleeve ends and put it through my sewing machine. Now for the last step, we will create the buttonholes and attach the buttons. So with my washable marker, I'm marking one buttonhole at the top, one near the underbust piece, and then one in the middle of those. Then I'm creating my buttons with my buttonhole presser foot and opening the buttonholes with a seam ripper and a pair of scissors. After I have created the buttonholes, I am again marking with my washable marker the middle of each of these buttonholes, so I can see where I should attach my buttons. Then I have attached my buttons and put them through the buttonholes. I will give my top one last press, and we are done. If you liked this video, like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one.